Not saying it's gonna happen, but they could be doing something special.
All right. All right.
But it's this. They win the Carabao Cup second leg yesterday, and again, it was a typical Chelsea's chasing them, needs one goal to advance or one goal to tie things, go to extra time, all that fun stuff. And then Arsenal scores a 90 plus 7 minute goal, all that fun stuff, right? And all of a sudden, as the goal goes in, Havertz decides to run to the opposite corner, and his teammates that are on the bench run across the field to celebrate with them. And again, Gary Neville is another little weasel. He immediately, as Peter Drury, who the goat of soccer commentators, given his line, and he always lets the crowd breathe a little bit. And then all of a sudden, you hear Neville go, "Oh, and the players, we have a pitch invasion. It's the players. It's the players. The pitch invading." Well, Gary, you have won a lot of trophies in your time before, and you were kind of in the shadow of lots of great soccer players. And a team and a club that gets mocked time and time again for not winning trophies, not winning championships, not getting it done. They have not been to a cup final in 6 years. 2020 2020 was the last time they've gotten to a cup final. They've won Community Shield since then, which again, every single club counts, but when it comes to Arsenal, you can't count it. You just can't count it because it's Arsenal. You can't count their Community Shields. But everyone else can count it. Manchester, you count it for Manchester United, count it for Liverpool, count it for City. But when it comes to Arsenal, you can't count the Community Shield, which is weird, Gary. Weird how that works. But because the players run across the field and decide to celebrate with their teammate, something they haven't gotten to a cup final in 6 years, they've been hearing about it. And then also for the fact that of what they could do potentially this season, which I'll talk about tomorrow, could potentially do a team has never done before, and not even your OP Manchester United treble side or Man City's treble side. Why we got to knock on them for celebrating? Like, what is it with this club and celebrating? I remember a couple years ago when the photographer who has been the Arsenal photographer since like 2000, he's photographed some really good teams, and he's even given a motivational team talk. And Odegaard takes the camera and takes a photo of him after a big win against Liverpool. That's never happened. But, when Arsenal does it, they're not allowed to do that, which is weird because Carragher gets upset about it just because it's Liverpool and they beat Liverpool. It's weird whenever these pundits, whenever the talking heads in England, whenever their club isn't, whenever Arsenal beats their club or sees Arsenal having success, there's always a comment. There's always a Arsenal can't do this. Arsenal should be doing this. And Micah Richards, who gets a ton of hate on the CBS Champions League show just because it's Micah Richards, and I think he's a great analysis and all that fun stuff. He said it a couple years ago. Whenever it comes to Arsenal, everyone just wants to lump in. Everyone wants to say something about it. Let
Yeah.
the guys celebrate a little bit. Let them celebrate.
Yeah.
They got to a cup final. And if it didn't mean anything, if the Carabao Cup, because it's always said, oh, the Carabao Cup doesn't mean anything to all these big clubs, then why were Chelsea players crying yesterday after they lost? Why? Why is that? If it didn't mean anything, Gary, if it meant
Yeah.
absolutely nothing to the players, Chelsea was a big club who was like second in the Premier League a couple months ago, and all of a sudden they're crying. Like, why, Gary? Like, all of social media is like, why is Arsenal celebrating like this? They didn't win anything. And then I know what'll happen is if they ultimately win the Carabao Cup, it'll be, it's just the Carabao Cup. Why are they celebrating like this? That's what it'll be. But when United wins it, when City wins it, when Liverpool wins it, when Chelsea wins it,
Yeah.
it's, oh, yeah, they're allowed to celebrate like that. But when it comes to Arsenal, oh, no, 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 no. You can't. No, no, no,
Yeah.
no, no, no. We got to keep pushing the field goal post a little bit, the post back a little bit. Got to keep
Yeah.
moving it. We got to keep moving the goal back. No, no, Gary. Gosh, your voice is so
Yeah.
annoying. You sucked as a manager at Valencia. You shouldn't even had the job to begin with. And you suck as a pundit because you just say outrageous things because it's Arsenal and you got a little bit of hatred for them. So let's be biased a little bit because and then this is my favorite one that he said this year. Back in October, Arsenal had like a 4-point lead, and he's like, "Yeah, it's Arsenal's to lose." Buddy, it's October. There's like 25 plus games to go. Now there's 14. Like, people don't realize it's a damn marathon. I just don't understand. Whenever Arsenal does something good, there's got to be some stupid comment from these pundits in the social media land. Just let them be happy. But when Tottenham wins the Europa League, it's like, oh, they could do this. They haven't won something in a while. Well, Arsenal hasn't won something in a while, apparently.
Yep. It's just the old heads who don't like it. And I also think that just saying, well, it doesn't matter is just a form of like deflecting, just a form of coping. You know, like, it doesn't matter. Well, clearly it does. And clearly it does matter to them. And, you know, also, I mean, I think it's just simply just let them celebrate. Let them have fun. Like, people always take exception to celebration when they're on not the right side of the celebration. When they're on the other side of the celebration, all of a sudden it becomes too much. But no, I agree with you. It's probably just a step too far.
That same game where Odegaard, excuse me, Europe will get mad. It takes a photo of the photographer right before they ultimately won. Trossard scores a goal to seal the game in stoppage time, and Arteta runs down to celebrate with his team, and Kerr goes, Arteta can't be celebrating like that. He just can't be celebrating that. Mind you, a couple of years ago, Liverpool, who defeated Norwich City of all people, Norwich City, who is relegated, is a constantly bouncing back and forth between the Premier League and the Championship. They get a 90th minute winner. Jurgen Klopp sprinting down the sideline to celebrate with his guys. Actually broke his glasses because he was celebrating with his team so much. But that's okay because they beat Norwich. But when Arsenal, who actually beats a team who was in first at the time, Arteta can't do it apparently. Just can't. But Liverpool can go out and do it.
But that's exactly.
See, Nate, Nate, if Arsenal actually wins the trophy this year and wins like the Premier League or the Champions League, or God forbid they win like more than one, oh buddy, you are going to have a very fun co-host partner who will constantly be saying lots of stuff.
I might just let you go at that point. I might just let you do the thing yourself.
Because of how much hate this club gets and how much hate anything this club does, it's always, can't do this. Well, you got to do this. You can't do it this way. You got to do it this way. But this club can do it.
Yeah.
Exactly. If any of this happens, Nate, you'll have a very fun co-host.
Yeah, I'm sure I will.
And a lot of clips will be posted on social media. I will be doing a mailbag a lot of these days. I like, Nate, if you want to take a day off one day, go ahead. And I'll just sit there with the mailbag and just respond to questions.
I might just wind you up like the Energy Bunny and just watch you go, or Energizer Bunny and just watch you go. So exactly. I mean that might be the plan there.
It's like whatever this team does. That's why I said the celebration police. Apparently Arsenal can't celebrate it away. They got to a cup final for the first time in 6 years. And it's not like they
like the teams that
like Man United typically does, where they just play championship sides all the way to the final. No, they actually had to beat Crystal Palace. They had to beat Chelsea twice. They actually played Premier League sides. They don't play championship sides. And the only reason I didn't say what I want to say till tomorrow is because I swear, if Man City or Newcastle celebrate the way Arsenal did yesterday, today in the other semifinal, and they're allowed to do that. They're allowed to do this. I swear. I'm just gonna put something out there.
I swear.
Exactly. Right. It's so dumb.
Promise. Let's take one more break before we get to our interview with Kevin Tapsham, again, of Evolution Performance Training. It's coming up next here on the National Soccer Network.